What's good? It's your boy Jay with the Dribble. We're back at it again with another video. If you tune into this video, then that means you want to start having better practices, maybe want to feel more comfortable with practice, whatever the case may be. And this video right here is going to cover all of that. So, the good thing about this video is it covers all age groups. It covers whether you're playing in high school, middle school, probably younger than that, maybe college, maybe even pros. I'm just going to give you a few methods I use over time over different sports I played, and I have a list put together on what I feel works best and like what was most efficient for me. So starting off, I would say if possible, I know it may also depend on what time you have lunch in school or whatever the case may be. Maybe if you're in college and your class schedule might correlate around certain things. I would say no matter what the case may be, try to have a full course meal, at least 2 hours or less. You know, try to have a full course meal, not too close neither. I wouldn't say have a full course meal too close to right before practice where you feel bloated and you're not want to move. But I would definitely encourage having a full course meal 2 hours or less prior to practice. But food gives you energy. Just point blank period. Food gives you energy to move, to operate. Coaches on the next level always tell you and encourage you to eat. So you gotta eat your food, male, female, though, it doesn't matter what sport you play. Have a full course meal so you can go out and burn that off. There ain't nothing wrong with eating before a meal, before a practice or a game. It really doesn't matter. So that's the first step I would advise. Just a little side note, make sure you eating, things you need to be eating, proteins, fruits, vegetables. The whole meal doesn't have to be based around fruits and vegetables, but put a couple strawberries on your plate, If it's a later practice, have you a couple of them green beans on there, just something to add to your strength, add to your energy. Good stuff, good stuff you need to be putting in your body in the first place. If you already have a specific diet that you're eating, then eat it. Commit to that diet. You gotta really lock in and just have that mental self-discipline to eat what you need to be eating. But I would definitely advise fruits, vegetables, protein. No fats. I would say I would prioritize eating regardless before practice, but I would personally shy away from any fast food if possible. I know sometimes you just gotta be in that quicker rush depending on whatever your case may be, but that's what I would advise though. If it's possible, cook you a meal, have your home cooked meal or something, but definitely eat healthy. Drink, I would advise you to be drinking water. You want to go into practice hydrated. It makes total sense. Come on, don't be out here drinking juice, drinking soda and stuff like that. You definitely have you some water in your system, cleanse that body, cleanse everything that needs to be cleansed. Put water in your body. You're gonna need that water to get you through practice in the first place. I'll say as far as like energy drinks or Gatorade, or I'll say like Gatorade, Powerade, your electrolyte boosters. I would say probably have that on deck when you practicing. But before practice, you need to be drinking water, nothing but water, in my opinion at least. Now, as for while you're eating, I would say, try to cut the edge off. For people like me, I got my own personal stories. Practice wasn't always fun for me. Sometimes practice would be the butt end of my day. Sometimes practice is what certain people, certain athletes wait all day for, or is the most exciting part of their day. But I would say, sometimes for people who don't want to have their own practice, sit around some friends. All y'all go eat. Maybe if you and your teammates, if y'all schedule works together, hang with them, kick it with them, talk about what happened that day. Try to be funny, try to joke around with your teammates, just trying to cut that edge off a little bit and take off the load of, oh, we about to practice and we about to be locking in for the next 2-3 hours. And if you're by yourself, me personally, when I eat, I go on YouTube and I just watch funny stuff, Just watch somebody funny. Don't watch somebody serious or something that's going to have something dark or something crazy in the back of your head during practice. You want to feel loose. You want to be loose, but you want to be focused at the same time. So of course, focus when you get there. But you want to be feeling good. I like to laugh. You feel me? I like to watch funny people on YouTube. It takes my mind off of reality a bit, and just go right into practice and just kill it. Cause now you're feeling loose. Now you're feeling a little better. You got food in your stomach. And your mind isn't too caught up on that agenda for the day for your practice. Now, like I said, I would advise you to eat 2 hours or less prior to going into your practice. But The next part after you eat is, I would say, take care of any priorities you have to take care of. So for example, I'm in college. So for all my college athletes, depending on how your schedule is set up, because I know some sports I have morning practice, so this might not apply to y'all, but for all my afternoon practices, even in high school as well, I would say focus on just anything that needs to be taken care of. Knock out the homework real quick, unless you got like a class right before practice or the school day ends and you go straight to practice. If it's something you can do, if you got you a little bit of gap time in between, then I would say knock down that homework. I wouldn't really make that the time to fool around and take my mind off of things. And I'm not saying finish your homework, I'm saying at least get started, knock some things down, because especially with athletes, it's easy to procrastinate. It's really easy to get off focus. You getting back from practice, what's the first thing in your mind? You want to eat. You want to shower, you want to eat, you want to lay down, whatever the case may be. You're not really thinking about whatever work you have to do. But it's bigger than just like homework and assignments. It could be anything. So whatever the case may be, I would say try to knock down and tackle any work. It could be laundry. Maybe you got laundry to do, Keep yourself busy. Keep yourself active. I wouldn't really suggest to go out and just like lay down. I don't want you to get too comfortable. I want you to be loose a little bit before you get to the next part. But definitely do that. If you don't have anything that you're doing, then I would advise for whatever sport you do, go to the field or the court or the gym, whatever it is you do, and loosen up. Maybe I'm gonna just use basketball for example. Maybe for basketball, you try to work on your free throws. Knock some free throws down. Especially if you got the coaches walking around and walking across the gym and stuff, and they see you in there like probably an hour and a half before practice is even starting, they're gonna take notes of that. They will take notes of that, because you're in there at a time where it's not required, it's not mandatory, and you getting your own work done. If it's your handles, working your handles. Football, if it's catching, if it's passing, whatever the case may be. If it's blocking, I know, they got like a little thing where you could like block and move your defender. Just do whatever you need to do. Loosen up. Don't burn yourself out, but loosen yourself up. I would even be cool with saying, like, and advising, going to the weight room and not doing a full workout. Like I said, you still got like a 2-3 hour practice at it. Don't do that, but get you some dumbbells. Do some dumbbell presses. Do some overhead work. Just do something. Get your arms bulked up a little bit. I heard somebody say that Michael Jordan used to do like a little small lift before each game he played. So like, go ahead and put that, put a little bit of work in, loosen yourself up, and get yourself ready, get that blood pumping before the practice starts. I would even go ahead and say for games like, for sports like basketball, like if you got another person that's in the gym that's on the team, play a little cool, friendly one-on-one to like 5 or 7. Just loosen yourself up, because you're going to be doing it anyway when practice starts. So get yourself ready. You want to be proactive. The whole point, if I want y'all to take anything from this video, I want y'all to be proactive going into whatever the case may be. And with that being said, I wouldn't really advise you to go the whole rest of the time you have left before practice just working on it. I would just say take a cool 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes of time to like do whatever the case may be, do whatever you're working on. Now, the closer you get into practice, I would say like probably 30 minutes prior, start stretching. Even if you do like another stretch with the team, I would say do your own dynamic or stationary stretch to keep your body loose. Like I said, it's all about being proactive. A lot of people, a lot of athletes, they'll get to practice, and yeah, they might be stretching, but they're not really feeling it. The energy's still off because they need to loosen themselves up. If you're going into practice on go, then you're ready to tackle whatever you got to tackle ASAP. And that's what your coach really wants. Your coach really wants you to go in there ready. Coach especially the higher level you get, college, D1, pros, like coach don't want you getting ready by the time practice is starting. Coach needs you loose and fired up. So that's what that, and sometimes coaches won't say that, but sometimes coaches will. My coach at Mount Zion Prep always encouraged that to come already prepared, come ready. Don't come slacking off and half-assing. Go ahead and get at it. Now the stretch shouldn't take no longer than 10 minutes, so now we're looking at 20 minutes prior to practice starting. Now I don't know how it works for your school or whatever rec AAU, but I would say if you're not dressed already, then get dressed. So now this is the point where I'm going into the locker room and I'm either getting my gear on or I'm just changing out of my clothes to put my jersey on, whatever the case may be, whatever sports you play, whatever you're wearing for that practice. Now I'm changing into my team uniform. So I would say do that 20 minutes prior. So now to the point you stretched, and now you have probably 10 minutes left before you go out. So this next and final step right here. So all my people who might struggle in the area of trying to get themselves locked in for practice, or maybe they have practice anxiety, which some athletes go through, because to be honest, not every athlete is a big fan of practice. Just calling it what it is. So like me for example, especially what I went through last year, the conditioning process, which is usually in the beginning of the season, especially when you know what you're about to get into with practice, you know the sprints you're about to do, you know the laps you're about to run, or whatever the case may be, it can kind of mentally wear you down a bit. So this is what I did. This is actually something that I did a year ago when I was playing. I didn't really have to rely on it for a long time, but I created a playlist of my favorite songs. Now this playlist can be to each his own, but I would suggest, if you're trying to take your mind off of something, don't do something that reminds you of it. And like I said, this last part may not apply to everybody, but this is for all my people that do have like practice anxiety. Play a playlist of your favorite songs, and it don't always have to be rap. If you got like your favorite R&B artist, gospel, country, whatever you listen to, just your feel good songs, your upbeat songs, not nothing sad, not nothing depressing. Now for my people who need to lock in and they need to hear that Young Boy or that Dirk, Lil Baby, anybody, then I would say, then yeah, you make your own playlist. Or 9 times out of 10 you already got your own playlist. Lock in, get charged up, get fired up. Listen to who you need to listen to, that puts that chip on your shoulder, that gives you that memory, that makes you want to go out and run somebody through a wall. Then I would say, yeah, for those people, play that playlist. But for my people who do got like practice anxiety, I literally had a playlist full of a whole mix of things. I had gospel in there, I had R&B, I had smooth and fun, I had pop, I had smooth going, upbeat songs playing where I love to sing them, in my own free time and stuff like that. It makes me feel good. It takes my mind off of the practice, the conditioning, whatever it is I'm about to do. If we know we're about to have like a disciplinary practice, that'll be a good time to pull that out and listen to something that takes your mind off of it. You want to go into practice feeling good. Another key for people who do have practice anxiety and just trying to even calm the nerves, I'll even encourage just before trials as well. Meditate. Meditation is very good. You can go right on YouTube. I do it all the time. Go right on my phone. I'll just type in 5-minute meditation, and the videos that pop up, they don't go no further than 5 minutes. And you just sit there. You find your space and you meditate. And it's good to do it closer to practice, because when that meditation is over, you're in a different zone. I like meditation because it brings you into this different realm mentally. It brings you into a different realm. So you're walking into, it's like a different kind of charge up, like how people can listen to their rap songs or whatever and they get charged up, they got their battle music. Meditation kind of does it from a different perspective. So you charged up, but you feel fresh. You feel like ready to go into what you need to go into. And mind you, you did this stuff already prior to loosening you up, so your body's still kind of warmed up. So I would say do that. So for, like I said earlier, for all my Gatorade drinkers or whatever energy you need mid-practice, have that prepared in your bag. You wanted to have cold. I know one thing I used to do was I put it in my freezer, take it out in the morning, and then let it unthaw until the time of practice, unless you got like a morning practice. Then just put it in the fridge and it'll still be cold. But yeah, I'll just have that ready. And I'll have a bottle of water ready too. Or I know for some athletes, especially my football players, I got them jugs of water. So just have that ready, have that cold, and then I'll say the remaining few minutes you have left, I'll go to the court or the field, and I'll just run up and down. just like a little run and jump up and pump yourself up, and then at that time practice is starting. And these are just tips, these are just giveaways, and a lot of these things I've did myself that just help ease your mind going into practice, help have you charged up and locked in, because I believe in the saying, be ready so you don't have to get ready. So you follow these steps, and you don't have to follow all these steps, you just take what you need for your own personal self, because everybody got their own routine. But for those who don't have a routine, they looking for a routine, this video is perfect for you. So it worked for me. It worked for all my other, friends that are athletes that got their own routine. Because it's not just all stuff I did. It's most of the things I mentioned in this video from things I've heard from that other people did. So that's all I have for today. I hope that really worked out for you. And put in the comments how the routines worked out for you. I'll see you on the next video.